ELMI Men present Spotlight on African Americans in the Military.
On December 4th, 1950, Navy pilots Jesse Brown and Thomas Hudner were on a mission over North Korea.
We were flying direct support for the American troops on the ground.
Jesse's plane got hit. He crash landed on a rocky slope many miles behind enemy lines.
There's no question in the minds of any of us but that he perished in that crash. Then we saw that Jesse had opened his canopy and waved to us, let us know that he was alive, but he stayed in the aircraft.
And his legs were pinned inside the wreckage. It appeared that the instrument panel and other parts of the airplane had trapped his legs, and that's why he was unable to get out. Tom Hudner, who was Jesse Brown's wingman, made a decision to crash land his airplane on a rocky slope behind enemy lines in the snow, 20 below zero, to see what he could do to save Jesse.
I didn't ask permission. It's something I thought had to be done, and I felt that it was worth the risk to do so. I just said, I'm going in.
Jesse Brown had come a long way from his home in Mississippi. When he was growing up, few expected blacks to become anything but farmhands.
But Jesse Brown had a different vision. He was able to see beyond what white people told black people they were. And one day when they were picking cotton, he saw a Navy airplane fly over, a blue aircraft. And he said, someday I'm gonna fly one of those things. They all started laughing, and one of the other people in the field said, yeah, and I'm gonna be the President of the United States.
Brown persisted in his dream and was the first black man to be trained as a Navy pilot in 1948. Integration was new to the military, and old school attitudes remained.
Immediately, there was all sorts of opposition to his going through the program. Instructors would tell him right to his face that he'd never get through.
They had no problem at all using the N-word when instructing him instead of his name.
But people who knew him always liked him. He was a very popular fellow.
Brown was a loyal friend, a good pilot, and a devoted husband to his wife, Daisy. Other pilots began to see beyond his skin color. When Brown crashed in Korea, Thomas Hudner didn't hesitate.
I just made a decision to make a landing close to Jesse's airplane.
The wheels were up. He crash landed fairly close to Jesse's plane.
And I got over to his airplane, and his comment to me when he saw me coming was, we've got to figure out a way to get out of here. No panic. The aircraft had buckled. It had pinned his right knee.
Hudner could not free Jesse by himself, so he radioed for help.
The helicopter landed, and Tom Hudner and the helicopter pilot went over, and they tried a lot of different things to get Jesse out.
He just couldn't do anything.
They would need much heavier equipment to pry him out. Darkness was falling, and worse weather was moving in.
And I told Jesse, we're going back to get some equipment to pull you out of this airplane.
And Jesse's last words to Tom Hudner were,
if anything happens to me, tell Daisy how much I love her. And of course it did.
3 days of bad weather ensued, making it impossible for rescuers to return. Jesse Brown died in his airplane. When the weather cleared, fellow Navy pilots returned to give him a warrior's goodbye.
Jesse Brown's shipmates dropped napalm on both airplanes and gave him a Viking funeral.
It was a Valkyrian salute to somebody we all loved.
This has been your Black History Moment.